Hey, welcome to the Certified Route, the place where we unpack the world of tech certifications and, how they can really boost your career.
That's right.
Today, we're diving deep into something super relevant, especially as the tech world just keeps sprinting forward, IT certifications.
Yeah, it's crucial right now.
And with AI changing the game at, well, warp speed, staying ahead means we're pretty much all in the continuous learning lane now.
Absolutely. Constantly learning.
And that's exactly what we're exploring for you today, how to get smart fast on this really vital subject.
Exactly. And we pulled together some fantastic resources to really get a handle on the current value of IT certifications.
Okay.
We're looking at the 2025 Value of IT Certification Candidate Report
Hmm.
from Pearson VUE, which is really insightful.
Mm-hmm.
There's also a super practical Reddit thread called A Detailed Guide to Pass the Network Plus. Very hands-on.
No, nice. Real world stuff.
Yeah. Then there's the Closing the Digital Skills Gap, the 2025 Talent Shortage Report by Experis, the official CompTIA Network, plus certification exam objectives.
The source itself.
Right. Plus some helpful insights straight from CompTIA in articles like, Is CompTIA Network Plus Worth It? And Top Networking Skills Employers Look For.
Good ones.
And finally, an article from InfoSec Train explaining why getting a CompTIA Network Plus certification is great for your IT security career. So, a good mix.
Okay. Quite a stack of material there. So our mission today is pretty straightforward, right?
Yeah.
To really understand why IT certifications are so important right now, whether, you're looking to level up your own skills or maybe you're part of an organization trying to find and keep talented tech folk.
Exactly. It cuts both ways.
We're going to zoom in on the CompTIA Network Plus as a great example, sort of a case study, and we'll also tackle that ongoing tech skills shortage we keep hearing about.
Sounds like a plan.
Okay, let's unpack this. The Pearson VUE report kicks things off by pointing out that we're at a real turning point, mostly because of artificial intelligence.
AI is the big one.
It's not just tweaking things, it's fundamentally changing how we learn, how we work, and the pace. It's unlike anything we've seen before, really.
No, it's incredible. And what's fascinating here is just how widespread this impact is. The skills that companies are actually looking for now are evolving incredibly quickly.
Right.
So the Pearson VUE report, they surveyed almost 24,000 IT professionals globally.
Wow, that's a big sample.
It is. And a key takeaway is the growing importance of certification as a way to stay relevant. It gives you a structured path,
Yeah.
for professionals at any point in their career to adapt, develop, and really thrive in a job market that's being, significantly reshaped by AI and other new tech.
So for you, our listener, if you're keen on staying informed but don't want to feel completely buried under all the new information,
Yeah, it can be overwhelming.
this really highlights certification as a valuable tool, right?
Definitely. A way to navigate it.
Exactly. And it's not just about, keeping your head above water. The Pearson VUE report also gives us some really concrete benefits, tangible stuff.
Oh, yeah. Like what?
For individuals, they found that a massive 82% felt more confident when applying for new jobs after getting certified.
That's huge. Confidence is key.
Totally. Plus, 63% either got a promotion or were expecting one, and almost a third, 32%, actually saw their salaries go up.
Okay, so real results, money and progression.
Yeah, those are some pretty compelling numbers.
Yeah,
It's clearly not just about having a piece of paper.
absolutely not. And the benefits extend far beyond just the individual, too. Organizations are seeing significant advantages.
Okay, how so?
Well, according to the report, 79% of certified employees produce work of a higher standard.
Higher quality work. Makes sense.
And 76% show a greater ability to, come up with new ideas and improve existing processes.
Innovation.
Innovation, yeah. And productivity. 70% are more productive in their roles. So this really emphasizes that certifications aren't just credentials. They're strategic investments.
Strategic tools, maybe?
Exactly. Strategic tools that offer tangible returns for both the employee and the company. Like that certified cloud practitioner from South Africa said, it can really act as a compass for your professional journey.
A compass. I like that analogy. That's a great way to put it. Now, let's step back a bit and look at the bigger picture.
Okay.
The Experis report. It shines a light on the ongoing IT skills shortage. Seems like even if the overall job market in the UK is cooling down a bit, the report stresses that tech companies are still facing a real challenge finding the skilled people they need.
Yeah, that's a persistent problem. In fact, for the past 5 years, IT and data skills have been the toughest to find in the UK.
5 years running.
Yeah, which is a major shift from a decade ago
Yeah.
when they weren't even in the top 10.
Wow. So it's become the bottleneck.
Pretty much. And we connect this to the bigger picture. It reveals a real disconnect, right, between the demand for talent and the actual availability of it.
Right.
So in the first quarter of 2025, 51% of IT firms in the UK had hiring plans.
Yeah.
But get this, 75% of those same organizations reported they were struggling to find candidates with the right skills.
Wait, 75%? Three-quarters of them?
Yeah, it really underscores just how serious the shortage is.
No kidding.
And the Experis report lists the top 10 IT and data roles that are proving the most difficult to fill in 2025. It includes, the really in-demand areas.
Like AI.
Exactly. AI and machine learning engineers, data analysts and scientists, cybersecurity analysts, cloud engineers, DevOps, even network and systems administrators are on that list.
That's quite a list, and it really highlights where the pressure points are, doesn't it, in the tech talent market?
It really does.
The report also mentions this term, shallow digital talent pool. That sounds concerning.
It is. Apparently, 18% of adults in the UK don't even have the basic digital skills needed for the workplace.
18%.
Wow. And it gets worse. Almost 60% of the UK workforce can't perform all 20 of the digital tasks that are considered essential by both industry and government.
60%? That's staggering. What are the long-term consequences then, if this skills shortage continues?
Well, the Experis report suggests some pretty serious ones. If tech organizations keep struggling to find qualified IT and data specialists, we could see a slowdown in innovation,
Okay.
reduced productivity, and maybe a weakening of global competitiveness.
Right. Makes sense.
It could also make it harder to adopt and implement new technologies, which obviously limits businesses' ability to grow and adapt.
And I guess hiring costs go up too, right? More competition.
Exactly. The shortage pushes up hiring costs as companies compete for that limited tool of skilled professionals.
So what's the solution? What do they suggest?
Their conclusion is that a strategic and coordinated approach is needed. It has to focus on not just recruitment and retention, but also, crucially, on reskilling the existing workforce, upskilling and reskilling.
Right. Investing in the people you already have. Okay, so we've seen IT certifications offer some serious benefits, both for individuals and organizations, and there's this significant skills gap in the tech world.
Yep, that's the landscape.
Now, let's zoom in on a specific example. The CompTIA Network plus Curry. For anyone listening who might not be familiar, who exactly is CompTIA?
Okay, yeah. CompTIA stands for the Computer Technology Industry Association. They're a vendor-neutral, nonprofit organization.
Vendor neutral, that's important, right?
Very important. It means their certifications validate skills that can be applied across all sorts of different technologies and manufacturers.
Yeah.
Unlike, vendor-specific certs that focus just on one company's products.
Gotcha. More versatile.
Exactly. Their main goal is really to support the education and certification of IT professionals. They're highly respected within the tech industry.
Okay. And where does the Network Plus certification fit into all of this? What's its place?
The CompTIA Network Plus is widely recognized as a foundational sort of entry-level certification focusing on IT infrastructure.
Foundational.
Okay. It's designed to validate essential skills, things like troubleshooting network issues, working with network cables, configuring network devices, understanding subnetting.
Subnetting, that's dividing up networks, right?
Yeah, basically dividing larger networks into smaller, more manageable segments, and just overall network operations.
Okay.
What's particularly valuable about Network Plus Air, apart from being vendor neutral, is that it uniquely covers both wired and wireless networks.
Oh, that's key, because not all do.
Exactly. And while there aren't any strict prerequisites, CompTIA does recommend having their A+ certification or equivalent knowledge.
A+ first, ideally.
Yeah, or similar knowledge.
Yeah.
And maybe about 9 months of actual networking experience before you tackle the Network Plus exam.
9 months experience. Good benchmark. So if someone's thinking about, taking the plunge and getting this certification, what are some key things they should know about the exam itself?
Okay, the current exam, the code is N10008. It can have up to 90 questions.
90.
Okay. And these can be a mix. You'll get multiple choice questions, but also performance-based questions.
Performance-based, what does that mean exactly?
That's where you actually have to demonstrate your skills in a simulated environment. So you might have to configure virtual network devices or troubleshoot a scenario.
Ah, okay. Hands-on, even in the exam.
Right. More practical. You get 90 minutes to complete the whole thing.
90 questions, 90 minutes. Okay.
And the passing score is 720 on a scale that goes from 100 to 900.
720, got it.
It's offered in several languages,
Mm.
and you can choose to take it either at an authorized Pearson VUE testing center or online from home.
Online option is handy. And cost, roughly.
The cost of the exam voucher is typically around 338 USD, though, that can sometimes fluctuate a bit.
Okay. And if you pass, what skills have you officially demonstrated?
Well, by passing, you show you've got abilities in areas like designing and setting up networks, supporting networks that use virtualization.
Virtualization is huge now.
Oh, yeah. Configuring and maintaining network hardware, segmenting network traffic using switches and routers, diagnosing and resolving network problems.
Yeah.
Understanding the pros and cons of different network setups, and implementing essential network security measures and protocols.
Wow, that sounds like a pretty comprehensive set of skills it validates. Very practical.
It really is. It covers the core networking functions.
So what kind of career paths can open up for someone who has the Network Plus cert? And, the big question, what can they maybe expect in terms of salary?
Right. Well, the materials from CompTIA and also the InfoSec Train article give us some good examples. Job roles like systems engineer, network administrator, network engineer, IT consultant, network analyst, and network support specialist often list Network Plus as desirable or required.
Okay, a good range of roles there.
Yeah. And while the salary data specifically mentioned in the CompTIA article is from 2021, so, take it with a grain of salt,
Sure, needs updating maybe.
it still gives a useful indication.
Yeah.
Median annual salaries range from around $65,000 for a network support specialist up to $90,000, or even more for a systems engineer back then.
Not bad at all, especially for a foundational cert.
No? And InfoSec Train also mentions an average salary of around $66,000 for IT pros with Network Plus based on pay scale data. But
Averages depends on location and experience.
Exactly. Location, experience, the specific company, lots of factors. But the Network Plus is really highlighted as a strong starting point for a networking career. And it can definitely pave the way for more advanced certs down the line.
Like in cybersecurity.
Yeah, including those in the cybersecurity field for sure.
Now, for someone who's actually, gearing up to sit for the exam, what are the key areas they should really focus on? I know you mentioned the CompTIA exam objectives.
Yes, absolutely. The CompTIA Network Plus exam objectives are essential reading. You have to start there. They're broken down into 5 main domains. Let's see. Networking fundamentals, that's the basics. Network implementations, which is the practical setup stuff. Network operations, like day-to-day management. Network security, the essential security concepts. And network troubleshooting.
Troubleshooting, always important.
Always. And CompTIA suggests the exam validates skills you typically gain through about 9 to 12 months of practical, hands-on networking experience.
9-12 months hands-on.
Okay. Now, that Reddit thread we mentioned earlier, A Detailed Guide to Pass the Network Plus, it offers a really insightful look into one person's actual study approach.
Yeah, what did they recommend?
They really emphasize, first, thoroughly understanding those exam objectives, then using resources like Professor Messer's free video series.
Professor Messer is legendary.
He is, working through a large number of practice questions from different sources, apps, YouTube, whatever, and then using practice exams like the ones from Dion Training to simulate the real test environment.
Practice exams sound crucial.
Very. But one crucial thing to remember, and CompTIA themselves are very strong on this, avoid brain dumps.
Ah, yeah, the cheat sheets.
Exactly. Any unauthorized exam materials, using those can actually get your certification revoked. So stick to legitimate resources.
Good warning. And CompTIA has its own stuff too, right?
Oh, yeah. CompTIA provides its own official study materials, comprehensive study guides, interactive labs for hands-on practice, structured training courses. They've got you covered if you prefer the official route.
Interactive labs sound useful for the performance-based questions.
Definitely. And that list of proposed hardware and software from CompTIA also gives you an idea of the practical tools and tech you might encounter. Switches, routers, cables, analysis software, configuration tools.
Right, gives you a feel for the real world. That Reddit guide sounds like a really valuable resource, though. Getting that real-world perspective on prep.
Yeah, seeing how someone else actually did it is always helpful.
Now, let's circle back to the cybersecurity aspect for a moment. The InfoSec Train article specifically talked about why Network Plus is a great asset for a career in IT security. What's the connection there exactly?
Well, the fundamental idea, really, is that Network Plus establishes a core foundation of knowledge. And that foundation is absolutely critical for anyone looking to move into cybersecurity.
You need to understand the network to secure it.
Precisely.
Yeah.
It's widely regarded as a very important first step. And because Network Plus is vendor neutral, the basic networking principles you learn apply across a whole range of different security tools and systems.
Makes sense.
So InfoSec Train outlines several key reasons why getting your Network Plus is beneficial for a security career. It makes your resume stronger, obviously, improve your career opportunities, potentially opening doors to more specialized security roles, boosts your credibility, shows you have that foundational knowledge, helps you stand out from other applicants.
You stand out, yeah.
Potential for a higher salary, we talked about that. And it can even open doors to opportunities in big multinational corporations and government organizations that often prefer, or sometimes even require, Network Plus certified pros.
Okay, so it's a real door opener, even if your ultimate goal is security.
Definitely serves as a strong stepping stone.
It really sounds like having that solid understanding of how networks actually work is just crucial, no matter which specific path you take within IT.
Absolutely fundamental.
The CompTIA article on top networking skills employers look for also touches on this, right? What are some of the key networking skills employers are really seeking right now, according to them?
Yeah, they emphasize that even if you're not gunning for a traditional networking role, these skills are incredibly versatile, highly valuable in lots of different IT positions.
Okay.
The article highlights 4 key areas of networking skills covered in Network Plus Match. First, network design and implementation. So designing functional networks, managing IP addressing, that sort of thing. Second, network troubleshooting and problem solving. Diagnosing issues, using the right tools, implementing fixes.
The fix-it skills.
Right. Third, network security basics. Identifying vulnerabilities, configuring firewalls, understanding threats, the fundamental.
Security basics.
And fourth, virtualization and cloud computing. Understanding virtualization, configuring VMs and cloud services, managing hybrid networks. That's increasingly critical.
Cloud is everywhere now.
Everywhere. And CompTIA provides some really good real-world scenarios to illustrate how these skills apply, like setting up a network for a new office, or resolving connectivity problems for remote workers, or enhancing network security.
Practical examples help.
They do. The main point they make is that Network Plus focuses on these practical, hands-on skills that are widely recognized and highly valued by employers, literally across the globe.
Okay, so to kind of bring everything together then, what's the main takeaway here? What's the key message for our listeners from this whole deep dive?
I think the overarching message is that IT certifications, and particularly those vendor-neutral ones like CompTIA Network plus SATO, offer really significant value, especially in today's tech landscape that's evolving so fast.
Right. More valuable than ever, maybe.
Arguably, yeah. They're not just about earning a certificate. They're really about making a strategic investment. In your own career growth, yes, but also helping to address that broader tech skills gap we talked about.
The skills gap connection is important.
It is, especially as AI continues to reshape the entire industry. For individuals, we've seen the potential for increased confidence, better job prospects, more opportunities, maybe a higher salary. And for organizations, employees with certs tend to produce higher quality work, they're more likely to innovate, and they contribute to better overall productivity. It's a win-win.
Right. And for anyone out there who's, considering building a career in IT infrastructure, or maybe even if you just want to get a deeper understanding of networking for other IT roles, the CompTIA Network Plus really does seem to provide a very strong foundation. Essential skills that employers worldwide are looking for. It's a great way to get yourself on the certified route.
Exactly. It's all about building that essential knowledge base.
Yeah.
Which kind of leads to a final thought, maybe, for you, the listener, to consider.
Oh, go on.
Given the incredibly rapid pace of technological change we're seeing, how will this continuous professional development, through certifications, ultimately shape the future of the entire IT workforce?
That's a big question. How will it shape the future?
Yeah. It's definitely something to think about as you chart your own career path, right?
Absolutely. A very provocative thought to end on. And if you do want to explore more about valuable certifications like security plus EMA, maybe PMP, ISO standards, and discover even more ways to upskill and advance your career,
Where should they go?
make sure to follow or subscribe to the Certified Route. And you can also head over to kspacecdc.com for a wealth of additional information on various certifications and how they can help you take your career to the next level.
Lots of resources there.
Definitely. Thanks for diving deep with us today.